All right, you know the deal. We have the drink, we have the ice, and we have a topic. But honestly, I'm gonna just get straight to the point, right? I'm I'm just over stressing about things that are just, you know, these are the things that make life so stressful. Well, for me at least. This is what I'm stressing about. You know, the thing is that I'm stressing about that I might be lonely forever. I'm stressing about that I won't find the one for me. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. I'm stressed about that I am unlovable. No one will love me. I'm stressed about not being able to make a make a name for myself. I won't be able to, become whoever I want to be, or or I won't be I don't even know who I want to be. Like, there's so many open-ended things that you just don't know the answer to. And that's what stresses me out. The things that you just don't have an answer. And the thing is, who does? Nobody has an answer. So what do? You just got to deal with it. And that's what I tell myself. And I don't inherently know if that's really healthy to do. But that's just what I've been going on for so long. You're just dealing with it. Just putting all my frustrations into the gym. But the thing is that all these things are they stress you out. Going to work, having a job, not you might have relationship problems, money problems. And the thing is that for me, I'm in this weird area where I feel like my problems are you know are my problems are so belittling, because one side of me thinks that the problems that I have are not as bad as anyone else's problems. So I should be grateful that whatever the problems I have, that these are the problems I have and not those problems. Because some people have problems like, surviving, literally surviving. Anything related adjacent to surviving, or revolving around the word surviving. In that, spectrum, you have problems around that area, and my problems are just, being lonely, or being anxious, or not having a job, or not, well, technically in a way that is surviving, but you know what I mean, right? And like, I there's one side of me that's saying like, oh, my problems are not as big as other people's problems, right? But then I have another side of me is like, oh, that's not healthy to think that way, because you shouldn't belittle your problems, because it's true. I don't think you should, because when I do that, it makes me feel even worse about myself. And so you're in a weird spiral that no matter what you do, no matter what you think, it's just a bad outcome, you know? And there's really nothing else I can really say about that besides it really sucks. But those things, it stresses me out, right? Life is just stressful. Life is always going to be such a stressful thing. And no matter what we do, everything that we're doing in life, it's a cope. You know? No matter anything that makes us happy, it's a cope of how to deal with life. That, because life is stressful. Life sucks. No matter what pathway you take, life is going to kick you hard, and is always going to do whatever it is. You get, and you can say a bunch of things. You can tell yourself anything else, but it's true. It's a coping mechanism. You tell yourself to calm down. You tell yourself that, oh, it's okay. I'm in my sixth gap year. It's okay. I'm going through it. Like, all of these things are just copes. You know, and is it really that bad to be coping? You know, right? Like, instead of saying it's a coping, just say that I'm just living life the way I want. You know, basically this whole video is just me going on tangents, just how stressful life is. you know this is just another venting out video, venting out on how stressful life is hard, right? Things just don't line up, and they never do. Like, things never go the way you want. They just don't, right? And I don't know why that happens. Life just doesn't go the way you want it to. And there, for some people are living good. Some people are living lavish lives, but not me. I'm one of those people that's just, maybe I'm looking at, maybe I need to change my perspective. Maybe I'm just too negative about my life, but that's all I see. I mean, if I see the sky is blue, I'm gonna say it's blue, not red, right? Like if my life is going not the best, I'm not. That's just delusional. That's what I'm saying. Like now you're just coping, right? You're just saying a bunch of stuff to make yourself feel better. I genuinely think that's a cope. Like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like if you're coping, you're coping. Like we all cope different ways with our life. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, depending on what it is. If you're just downing yourself in like substances like alcohol and stuff like that, you know what I mean. But like no matter what you do, it's a cope, right? And there's a good cope, bad copes. I don't even know if I'm using the word cope. See, I'm getting stressed because maybe I'm not even articulating the words or thoughts properly. I feel like I'm not even using the words, the diction. The diction. I think that's even I'm trying to speak sophisticated, but I don't even know if I'm using these words properly. But the thing is that there's bad stuff to deal with it, and there's good ways to deal with it. You either just deal with it, whatever. Like life is just stressful, and you're just dealing with it, no matter in different ways, And that's really just how it is, right? Everybody knows this. I mean, not everybody knows this. They just don't realize it, or they probably think about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going up on tangents, but all I'm saying is that yes, life is stressful. Life sucks. My life is not the best. But I keep telling myself it could be worse. Could be worse. And that's the only thing that's keeping me through the day. Is that no matter how stressful life gets, it could be worse. You know? I'm gonna just go day by day. I'm gonna go to gym. I'm gonna go to study, take all my classes, even though it's killing me every single time I step into class. Like I'm in my fifth year of no, I'm in my fourth year going. I'm losing track. By the way, I'm also losing track, and I'm thinking about going to grad school. Gosh, I don't even hot. Thinking about school just stresses me out even more. I'm getting stressed now. I don't know if you can tell. Like I'm speaking pretty quickly, but you know, I'm speaking pretty fast. Maybe I should probably lower my tempo. Not my tempo, but maybe I should. Okay. When I think about school, it stresses me out. When I think about work, it stresses me out. When I think about dying alone, it stresses me out too. But the thing is, dying alone is not really a stress thing. It's more like, oh, I'm just sad. It's just more of a thing that makes you sad. But you know, the thing is that life is just going to kick you down no matter what. And it sucks. You know, it sucks. Like you just have to deal with it. You just have to find ways to deal with it. And that's what I've learned, right? Life is going to stress you out. Life is going to kick you down. You're going to have so many setbacks, but you have to find ways to deal with it. That's really it, right? You know, no matter what it is, abuse substances, go to the gym, take some gear. I don't know, right? Obviously, you know what's good, and you know what's bad, but you do you. You do whatever you want, right? Because life is already hard as it is. Just just live life the way you want, you know. And the thing is that it's easier said than done. Like even though I'm saying that, like right now, I would just want to skip school. I just don't want to take my exams. I just don't want to go to school. I don't want to work, right? I don't want to work. I'd rather just take a loan, go somewhere else, never pay that loan, and then just die peacefully like that. I don't know. Like like I said, there's so many things in life that stresses you out, and you just find ways to deal with it. You know, Like I'm literally just rambling on. Like there's no right way to approach your life. There's no right or wrong way to live your life, right? There's no. I mean, obviously, like there's good choices, there's bad choices, but I don't think any approach in life is really a bad thing, because life is already stressful. You're just dealing with how stressful life is. You know, you're taking a bunch of tattoos. I mean, like I said, like obviously there's bad decisions and there's good decisions, right? But all these things, they're understandable, you know? Like I know you have to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, and I know this can be taken very in a bad ways, right? Like I know you could take whatever I'm saying in a bad way, like, oh my, what if, like, there's a crime happening, right? Like you're saying that his crime is reasonable. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that need another sip. I'm saying is that because of life is so stressful, life has so many things going on with it, is that you have to find ways to deal with it, and of course healthy ways. Okay, healthy ways. But because life is going to stress you out, and and it's normal, right? Like no one's really gonna tell, like the way people tell you this, it's so like, I don't know how to, it's so fake, right? It's so fake. Like the words that they speak, it feels like there's no meaning behind it, right? And it sucks. It's like they're patronizing you. It's like, oh, it's okay. Like it feels all so fake. Not There's no authenticity behind a lot of the things that a lot of people say. But I mean, you could take it from me. There's probably no authenticity from whatever I'm saying to you. But you just gotta deal. You already know how hard life is. Maybe life is not even that hard for you. Maybe you haven't gotten to that point yet. But if you do, or if you are at that point right now, life is just. I'm literally just rambling on of how stressful life is, right? Because just saying how stressful life is, I don't know, for some reason, letting out your problems like this or just being open like this, it feels a lot better. You know? Like, I'm in here drinking ice in my car. Oh, shh. Oh. Ooh. Thought I was gonna spill. Thought I was gonna spill. But, But that's it. You know? Nothing else to say. Besides, strong life is just stressing me out. I'm at that point where life is just stressful. And what am I going to do with it? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to study. I'm going to do whatever I can to cope with how stressful life is. And if nothing works, if everything goes south, then I'll just deal with it again. If nothing works, if nothing goes as planned, I'm just going to deal with it. Right? And I think that's a better mindset, or I think that's a better way to approach all the stress, all the problems in your life, is that no matter how bad things get, no matter how stressful life gets, you are just going to have to deal with it. Right? Like you just have to have a mindset, even though you're so drained. I'm drained right now. I'm very drained. I was just watching We Are All Trying here, that K-drama. I haven't made a video. I actually haven't even, like, I haven't really been doing, well, I mean, besides studying. But, like, I haven't been really, my energy, my optimal energy as a regular human being is up here, right? This is the bare minimum of what a healthy human being should be. I'm way below here most of the time. All the days I've been, like, my energy has been so low. Like, I've been so drained. And after watching that one episode of We Are All Trying here, that K-drama, it it boosted up it boosted it up, you know, boosted up my energy, and I feel a lot better now. But let's see how long that lasts. But that's it for this video. It was literally just me rambling on about how stressful life is. But anyways, I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.